We have so many people who come to our worship service who consider Ocean Lakes their church home.
Welcome to Ocean Lakes. Come relax, enjoy the day. We gon' make you wanna stay. Stay for a little while.
My parents, they were so grateful and appreciative and loving.
I would say both of them had a tremendous amount of faith.
I do think it starts with the family, the culture. Mr. and Ms. Jackson established that early on. They loved that church service more than anything, and having the opportunity to provide for our guests a way to worship while they were on vacation. They were such wonderful people and so important in setting the standard for all of us to try to follow.
We have church 52 Sundays out of the year, and we have a wonderful minister, Dr. Kirk Lawton.
He was the pastor at Conway Hospital, and Dad was on the board of Conway Hospital.
I got a call one day from Nelson Jackson. He said, "Could you come preach for me one Sunday?" I said, "Well, sure, I'd be glad to do that." So it was a cold, rainy Sunday in November. I figured we may have, 20 or 30 people in the service. We got here and we must have had 400 or 500 people in the service that morning. I couldn't believe it. So Mr. Jackson said, "If you'll consider coming being my chaplain, we'd like to have you permanently here." I said, "Well, I don't think I'll be interested in that." He said, "Well, we have a parsonage we can put you in if you'll come here." The brick house right behind the grocery store, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, beautiful landscape, trees, a little stream runs by, sort of secluded, but right in the middle of the activity. Seeing all that, I started praying, and my wife Jane started packing.
Kirk Lawton's so great. He's been wonderful. And Jane, to keep the music going and everything. They love that.
We're so glad. We like Kirk so much.
And we moved into Ocean Lakes Campground that fall, right at 30 years ago. Never been happier in our lives than the day we came to Ocean Lakes.
And in the beginning, before the rec building, that was done at the outdoor chapel where people would drive up in their golf cart and just stay seated in their golf cart during the service.
We're out in that little area in front of the Jackson's house, the outdoor chapel area. That was a special time.
My dad would always say that only church in town that every pew was full every Sunday because people brought their own chair.
It was a privilege for me to stand on that little wooden stage there and look out and see the people in their golf carts.
I had the church service out there until we were able to build the rec building. And that was, not just time, that was money too. So a lot of things had to evolve as we were able to do them.
You could never not find Mr. and Ms. Jackson in church at Ocean Lakes on Sunday morning.
And Mom would sing. Mom liked to sing, so she'd sing at church.
Her degree was in voice performance, and she sang a lot here, in the church service.
She sang at the church service forever and loved it. And he was always at the back door greeting people before the service and telling them thank you as people left.
He didn't want to miss a Sunday. He was hard to get to leave when it was Sunday.
And even to the point in time when I was a security guard, I'd set up the cones at night preparing for the parking to make sure Mr. J had his parking spot.
Every Sunday, Mr. Jackson would be here. He was very faithful in attending our worship service.
He had this unique ability of, he may be talking to someone and he didn't have any idea who it was, but that person felt like they had known him or that he had known them forever.
You really only meet people like the Jacksons once in a lifetime.
And I know that was big for Ocean Lakes and Mr. Jackson, is that he never lost his faith, and he made sure that his corporation, his legacy was built on the principles of faith.